I helped build the actual Black Pearl for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Years later, I decided to rebuild it in Lego. Everything was going great, right up until the moment I dropped it before it ever even made it to the shelf. This is how it happened. Back when I worked as a sculptor, my job was turning ideas into physical things. People watch movies and see incredible worlds, but somebody has to actually build them. That's what I did for years. One of the projects I'll never forget was working on Pirates of the Caribbean. The Black Pearl wasn't just another ship. It had a personality. Even sitting still, it felt like it was moving. There's something about the shape, the details, and the atmosphere around it that made it unforgettable. A lot has changed since those days. I became a dad, left the film industry, eventually found myself working as a physical therapist. It's a completely different world. But one thing that's never changed, I always need something to build. I think builders are wired that way. Give us a pile of parts, and we'll find a way to turn it into something. That's probably why Lego stuck with me. People sometimes ask why I don't spend so much money on little plastic bricks. For me, it's never really been about the bricks. It's about creating something with your hands. It's the same feeling I got working on movie sets. You start with a pile of pieces that don't seem like much. And, little by little, they become something recognizable. There's also something satisfying about slowing down and focusing on one thing. No emails, no meetings, no distractions. Just the next piece and the one after that. And honestly, when you're building a pirate ship, it's hard not to feel like a kid again. The build wasn't exactly smooth sailing though. The hull gave more trouble than I expected. Curves are always difficult. It doesn't matter whether you're sculpting a movie prop or building a Lego ship. The geometry always fights back. There were a few sections I ended up rebuilding multiple times because they just didn't look right. That's one thing people usually don't see in a finished build. Mistakes. The moments where you stop, take something apart, and try again. But honestly, that's part of the process. Building isn't really about getting everything right the first time. It's about solving one problem after another until suddenly you've got something that you're proud of. As the ship started to come together, I kept seeing little reminders of the original. The silhouette started to appear first, and the dark color palette. All those details that make the Black Pearl feel different from any other ship. It's funny how something out of plastic bricks can trigger memories from years ago. Certain shapes, certain angles, certain moments in the build brought me right back to standing on that movie set. Obviously, this version fits on a shelf instead of a soundstage, but somehow it still captures the same spirit. This is always my favorite part of any build. Once the masks go up and the rigging starts coming together, you stop looking at individual pieces and start seeing an actual ship. At this point, I knew it was going to look great. I was already deciding where I was going to display it. I took a few photos, looked it over, and I spent a couple moments just appreciating a finished build. After 5.5 hours of work, I thought the hard part was over. I was wrong, dead wrong. One bad grab, that's all it took. 5.5 hours of building turned into a pile of pieces spread across the floor. I've seen movie props survive explosions better than this thing. I just stood there staring at it for a minute, wondering if I really wanted to go through this entire process again. The building teaches you something. Things break, plans change, projects fall apart. The question isn't whether things get damaged. The question is whether it's worth building. For me, this one is. So what do you think? Would you rebuild the Black Pearl? Move on to a new project.